Watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Well, good morning. It's 6:45 on this Monday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And maybe not the best day weather-wise out there.
Yeah, certainly not the best day weather-wise, but certainly glad to be back. Here's a look at our Blackbird Bed Casino camera showing some clear skies out there right now, but those clouds starting to filter back in. A nice sunrise this morning, but it's cold out there nonetheless as temperatures are down in the single digits up to the north, down to 5 in Cherokee and Esterville, 7 in Lamar, Storm Lake, and in Bloomfield, and currently at 12, the warmer spots in Neely and Mapleton. Wind chills are even down below 0 up to the north as well, feeling like 5 below 0 in Storm Lake, with winter weather advisories in effect for today from noon to midnight for the majority of the region. Some earlier times to the north and later times to the southeast, which we'll talk about coming up in your 9 on 9 forecast after Stray of the Day. But those highs today only climbing into the mid-20s, our warmest day all the way until Valentine's Day. So even though we'll see that snow, make sure you're careful on those roadways today and slow down, doubling your commute time on that way home from work and school. More details on a parade of storms this week in your full forecast.
Thanks, Ethan. Well, we're a couple weeks into tax filing season, and plenty of Siouxlanders may have already sent out their returns. If you're expecting a refund, the IRS says taxpayers who file electronically can expect to see their refund in 3 weeks or less, assuming everything's correct. They add you'll likely see your refund sooner if you opt for a direct deposit to your bank account instead of a paper check. If you file by paper, it will likely take 4 weeks or longer to get your refund. Regardless of how you file, the IRS says don't rely on getting your refund by a certain date, especially when it comes to big ticket purchases or paying bills. Now elsewhere, yesterday was the big game, and it was a big day for a Siouxland athlete in more ways than one. In addition to his role in the Philadelphia Eagles championship win over the Kansas City Chiefs, Odebolt native Cooper DeJean also celebrated his 22nd birthday yesterday. Now Odebolt community members gathered at the town's community center to celebrate, and we spoke with DeJean's family and neighbors, who told us while they support a variety of NFL teams, they can all unite in support of this one player.
Makes everybody in town very proud. You know, there's a lot of, like today, a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans in this area as well, but when the Eagles are on, everybody seems to be watching the Eagles and watching Cooper and wishing him the best, and there's a lot of pride.
Now, of course, even though everyone at the event turned out to support DeJean, some Chiefs fans were still a little torn on who to root for.
I'm a Chiefs fan. I've always been ever since I've ever watched football. And it took years before they come to where they are now, so I'm enjoying that too. But this game is different, and I'm not going to be upset who wins this game. I'm a winner either way.
We'll have more on how DeJean helped the Eagles' victory in your morning sports wrap here in just a few minutes. Well, elsewhere in Siouxland, renovation work continues at the Sioux City Railroad Museum as they work to recover from last summer's flooding. Over the weekend, a group of volunteers helped out with the ongoing renovation work on steam engine 1355. Last summer's flooding set the project back, but the group has continued getting together once a month to keep making progress.
I think that the importance and significance of restoring the engine, it'll put Sioux City on the map for having an operating steam engine. It'll be the only operating Great Northern steam engine in the U.S. for now. I don't know if there's plans to change that going forward. That's a little out of my scope, but I think it'll promote tourism. It'll bring a really interesting piece to the museum and the surrounding area.
The group hopes to have the engine fully restored and operational in 3 to 5 years. The museum, on the other hand, is expected to reopen sometime this spring. Meanwhile, if you have a number 9 birthday coming up, KCAU-9 would love to help you celebrate. We're celebrating the 9s each week right here on Good Day Siouxland. So if you or a loved one is turning 9, 99, or any 9 in between, we want to hear about it. Every Thursday morning, we'll share our list of birthday shout-outs. And this week, one lucky person will take home a prize from Coffee King. So if you'd like to be featured this week, just go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the Nines under the Contest tab to enter by tomorrow at noon. Now it's time to meet today's Stray of the Day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue, who's just waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Marvin, a 1 to 2 year old male, short hair, black and white cat. He was found on the 1400 block of West 3rd Street. The rescue says he's a super friendly cat with a unique fur pattern. Marvin is available for adoption now.
And if you've lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. Go to SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. He sure looks like a nice cat, and I'm sure he'd be thrilled to find his forever home.
He probably would, but probably wouldn't be thrilled of the snow, even though he looks white as snow, as we see several snow chances on the way this week. And right now we have winter weather advisories in place for the majority of the viewing area. This includes Yankton and Cedar, as well as Wayne counties eastward, and then Wayne, Thurston, and Monona counties northward. Most of us, this is in effect from noon to midnight today, but to the north, this is a little bit earlier from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you are to the north near the Iowa-Minnesota border, as well as Lincoln County in South Dakota, and then to the southeast, this is in effect from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. Tuesday morning. And you'll see a little bit of snow starting to develop just west of Sioux Falls near I-90, and that's going to start to overspread those northern areas later on this morning into the early afternoon, and then by 2 p.m., most of us starting to see that snow move in across the area and will continue through much of your evening, so your evening commute is likely going to be affected. Here's 4 p.m. and you can see covering basically the majority of the region. Even those areas that are not under those winter weather advisories could see some small impacts from this, so we'll be keeping an eye on this all evening long for you as well, and also have more details on SiouxlandProud.com throughout the day. You'll see that snow starts to taper off after midnight, just a few flurries left over as we head into Tuesday morning, but Tuesday looking quiet but cold. Then our next storm system moves in Tuesday night into Wednesday and starts to overspread our southern regions for Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, where south of Highway 20 has the biggest impacts for Wednesday's system, and this will likely impact not only your morning commute but your evening commute on Wednesday, as well as that starts to taper off right around dinner time or so on Wednesday. And those snowfall amounts will be heaviest stuff to the north. I think Sioux City, this may be a little overdone for us, maybe closer to the 1 to 2 inch range, but most of us to the north have a chance of seeing 2 to 4 inches. To the south, generally lesser amounts. Your 9-on-9 forecast showing that we'll see those temperatures tumbling for Tuesday, that second round of snow Wednesday, and a third round of snow coming up on Valentine's Day into Saturday morning as temperatures fall again. A bitter cold morning on Thursday with a low of -11, and not seeing much warm up in the forecast. Still 20s occurring for Tuesday. That's coming up on next Tuesday, February 18th.
Now we turn to sports, where another Monday morning means another recap of our top Siouxland sports moments from last week. Alyssa Tatch has those highlights and more right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. The 2024 NFL season came to an end last night with a battle between Kansas City and Philadelphia. Philadelphia was first on the board with the good old tush push, but the play of the night came from Siouxland's own Cooper DeJean as the 22-year-old intercepted Patrick Mahomes' pass for a 38-yard pick-six return. The Eagles led 24-zip going into halftime and never lost their lead, leaving the night as Super Bowl champions with a 40-22 victory. It's Monday, so that means it's time to look back at the best plays from the last 7 days. A lot of great action from the high school level to college play, and from regular season games to state tournaments. Let's see who made the final cut.
We can't get to number 1 without starting at number 5, and in our 5th spot we head to the Newman Flanagan Center for women's basketball matchup between Briarcliff and Dakota Wesleyan. 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter, Chargers down by 3, and Mallie McNair pulls up from the deep, cashing in the 3 and tying it up at 67s to take it into overtime. McNair tallied 17 points and knocked down 3 triples to help the Chargers secure their 20th victory of the season, 79-71. At number 4, we head out east to Coralville for the IHSAA State Duels Tournament. Woodbury Central up against Riverside Oakland for a 7th place title. Bulldogs up 37-32 going in the last matchup in 215 weight class. Wildcats' Carter Wright comes through with a 3-minute and 46-second pin to claim 16 points for Woodbury Central and secure the dual victory 38-37, finishing the day with a 7th place plaque for the trophy case. Heading over to the hardwood for number 3, Storm Lake boys basketball hosting Spencer. Tornadoes pulling out a 24-point lead in the second quarter. Jaden Kuhn makes it a 26-point advantage with this dunk. The Lakes Conference points leader dominated the night with 23 points, helping Storm Lake secure an undefeated record in conference play with an 88-45 victory. Heading back to the mats for number 2, this time it's the Nebraska State duels. Battle Creek in the finals against top seed David City. At 175, Casey Schnebel gets the grip on Jason White. Schnebel gets the pin in 1 minute and 4 seconds, the fastest of the duel, and Battle Creek takes home the Class C title with a 35-16 victory over David City. Finally, at number 1, we return to the G-Pack. This time it's Dort men's basketball hosting Northwestern. 4 seconds to go, all tied up at 79. Luke Rankin dribbles down the left side of the court to get under the basket, but passes it off to Jake Hargens on the opposite post. Up goes Hargens and in goes 2 for the defenders to take home the victory 81-79. Rankin led the defenders with 8 assists and 18 points, and buzzer beater Hargens put up 11 to secure Dort's top spot in the G-Pack. And that's a look at our Sports Zone Top 5 Plays of the Week.
And that'll be all for sports. Have a great day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Today, Sioux City City Council members are expected to approve a contract for the demolition of 2 downtown buildings, a process that's already gotten started. That's for the demolition of 615 and 625 Douglas Street. According to city documents, the more than $749,000 contract would go to Haybear Construction. Now, demolition work on the 2 structures began last week, but it was quickly put on a 2-week pause. According to a city official, that's to determine whether parts of the structures can be preserved. Today's council meeting will begin at 4 p.m. at City Hall. And elsewhere in Siouxland, 3 people were injured following a crash in Sioux County, Iowa. Now, the Iowa State Patrol reports a Buick SUV was traveling north on US 75 about 3 miles west of Hull yesterday. As the Buick prepared to turn left onto US 18, a Ford SUV that was traveling south on US 75 ran into it. The Buick rolled over once before coming to rest in the southwest corner of the intersection. The 73-year-old driver of the Buick and the 63-year-old driver of the Ford were both taken to local hospitals for treatment. A 73-year-old passenger of the Buick was transported to a Sioux Falls hospital via helicopter. And finally, the Iowa Attorney General is asking Hawkeye State residents to be aware of an increase in jury duty scams. Now, in these scams, a scammer claims to be a member of law enforcement and accuses the would-be victim of missing jury duty. The scammer will then use threats or arrests of extreme fine to try and trick the victim into sending money. And if you receive one of these calls, just hang up and report it to your state attorney's general office. Iowa law enforcement add, if you miss jury duty, you will receive an official notice in the mail, not a phone call or email. One last check on that forecast. What can we expect out there?
Yeah, we got some snow on the way later on today, where areas to the north can expect 2 to 5 inches, 1 to 4 inches for most, and trace to 2 inches to the south. Afternoon snow, cloudy and cool. High of 25 for Sioux City, cooler to the north, warmer to the south. We'll drop down to a low of -4 tonight as we see that snow mainly before midnight, otherwise just mostly cloudy, and a high of only 11 on Tuesday. Some more snow chances Tuesday night and Wednesday. And then clearing skies take place Wednesday night as we see a low of -11. Feels like readings closer to 20 to 30 below zero. We do see another snow chance coming our way again on Valentine's Day into Saturday before cooler conditions come in for Sunday of next weekend.
Yeah, we have our fair share of snow chances this week. We'll keep tracking all that.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned.
Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.